Okay, so I just got back in the house. I'm home, and I would say I'm jet lagged, but I don't think that's the word you use for the train. But I'm jet lagged. I'm sleepy. I'm tired. But I'm about to organize this money because why? Organize the money I'm going to be talking about conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Not all of them, of course, because there's so many, so I'm not going to be talking about every single one, but just some ones that go with basically why I organize my money, because this is a product. Look, when I do this, look, it's trying to come off, but this is only 100 and ones, but I'm going to organize them. You see, it's 25. This is old money because it says July 23rd and it's August 17th. Alright, so when I say organize the money, I mean like, let me see. You see how this says 11? Wait, hold on. Okay, so you see how this says 11 and this one says 12 and this one says 6. You see? That's what I mean. So organize those numbers. And each number is a different state. And if you have quarters and you look at the back of them and it don't have a eagle on the back, it have like, a year and then like a saying, like the 2021 quarter. Well, no, the 2020 quarter is crossing the Delaware, I think. 2020 or 2021 is crossing the Delaware, and it have a picture of a guy in a canoe going across the river. So I'm talking about conspiracies and money because a lot of them go hand in hand. So in my opinion, well, it's the truth, so it's not my opinion, but in my opinion, I'm gonna just say, the money is a product, and America has let it run a really weird way. And that's why so many people think that having money means happiness, but it really doesn't. It's just an energy that you can attract when you have abundance and when you have the right mindset. Some people get money being like bad people, though, and that's how you are sinful with money, because too much of anything in a bad way is a sin. But yeah, so I'm just going to organize all the numbers. See, this says 7, so I'm going to make a pile of 7. So there's only 12 numbers, because 12. That's why I don't know why they trying to make that the 13th thing with the zodiac signs, because there's a clear reason why it's always been 12. But when a new world order happens and we be all doing our thing or something, however that goes, it's probably going to change from 12 to 13. But a lot of people don't understand that we are in a simulation and we are repeating history, just like with new people and a new setting. So the world is going to end, but it's going to end in a different way than what people think. So some people are going to die, and it's going to end like really bad, and it's going to be like devastating, because there's always something that happens and it's devastating and people die. A large amount of people die, and it's always a natural disaster, because natural disasters are from Earth. And what is the source? Where do we live? What is nurturing us right now? The Earth. So yeah, a lot of people don't like thinking about the world the way that the world is. That's why it was like something. It was like if the government told us exactly what we were and where we were and all of that kind of stuff, it'd be so bizarre that we wouldn't be able to accept it, or the mass majority wouldn't be able to accept it. And I think I know why. because it makes perfect sense of why. But you know, we just all waiting. To be honest, us woke people and stuff, like, we're just waiting for all of this stuff to come, like, to happen for us, because the people who don't believe and who don't understand aren't going to understand, so they're not going to see it and they're not going to be affected by it in a positive way, like the people who are trying to understand and feel the pull towards something new. um but yeah, I just think it's going to be a rude awakening for a lot of people. And then for the people who's already had the rude awakening, it's going to be like the most abundant time ever. Even though a lot of people going to have to be grieving their loved ones. But they can't bring that bad energy to the new world. So it's going to be a quick grieving. And I'm not sure if I believe that it's like going to be death. Like, in a way, I think it's inevitable for death to happen in a large amount, especially when it's going to be cold in a minute. Of course, COVID is mutating. The whole thing mutated. And it's going to keep mutating because we're going to only keep changing frequencies. And that's why it's called Delta. And the next one is called, what is it? Something like Lamboyne or something like that. But it's like, it's just it's frequency waves. And that's why this whole time we've been talking about the Great Awakening and raising your vibration and healing from the past and letting the past go and letting stuff die where it's at, and leaving it behind and stuff like that. Because that is really what we are doing. The earth is purging itself. It's like a woman when they on their menstrual cycle. When they have their menstrual cycle for that 3 to 5 days or however long, is getting rid of the lining of their uterus, which was holding itself together in case a baby was put in there so that it could nurture it and stuff. But the baby died because, the house for the baby died. The whole thing, like, it died for the woman because it wasn't met with the right energy. So after a period of time, the world of it, the womb, it had to get rid of that layer because it died. It wasn't doing nothing for them, and it's not doing nothing for us anymore. So it has to die, and then we have to start new in a new cycle day one, and that's exactly what the earth is like doing. And even talking about it, it's like some people really are closed-minded, and they're like the problem. Because first of all, internalize the fact that we are you funny. I didn't even see that till now. Hey, how you doing? Internalize the fact that we are, I'm gonna say supposedly because who knows all the way. We don't know. It's probably a lot of people who do know, but we're on a floating rock in outer space. Well, we're on a rock floating through space, and we have our own set of air, and we have our own set of water, which is only that's two elements right there. So outer space is another element, which our first element have elements inside of it. So of course space is really big, so it has hella elements. So it's like when you internalize the depth of us living right now, you can understand that anything is possible, everything is possible, and there's more to the story than what we think and what we know. Or you don't know, but you should know. You should be understanding. That is why, I'm sorry, but in America, we need to do better, and I feel like we definitely need to go. If we don't go on lockdown, which I feel like we're for sure going to go on lockdown, especially since it's going to get cold, and all these people are going to be dying from COVID because their immune systems are going to be down. But if we don't, for some reason, go on lockdown, which, like I said, we are. But for people who don't believe, we're going to keep it with you guys. I think we should go on a worldwide strike. Even though the world, if y'all don't know what's going on in Afghanistan and Lebanon and all of that, all across the country. I mean, all across the nation. All of the stuff that's happening, all of the earthquakes and all of the natural disasters, and people, basically invading countries to take them over and stuff like that. If y'all don't know all that stuff going on overseas, y'all need to pay attention for real, because in America, we are so spoon fed that we don't understand at any point in time stuff can break out in a way where, if things go okay, our kids are going to hear about it in history class and have to, get taught about it, because they're not going to go through it. Well, some of our kids are going to be going through it. It's like the kids who went through, who were born during the time that the Twin Towers got hit. They don't remember it because they were just being born, but they're a part of it because they were just born. So, yeah. So all of the babies that was just born that are now forever probably going to be called COVID babies, they're going to have to learn about COVID. And of course, we all know, everyone who knows history, which if you don't know history and you are living, that is so stupid, because like I said, the simulation in the matrix is the fact that we are repeating cycles until we learn it. It's like in life. You're going to continue to be hurt by the same people in the same situations until you learn your lesson. That is literally the whole point of life, is to learn and to grow. But anybody who knows history knows, once the pandemic happens, once the whole world get hit by something that's devastating first, then after that it's like it's nothing but chaos until we hit exact rock bottom and we have to wipe the slate clean and start over. And we haven't done that yet. So everybody should be aware that that is coming. So, and it's like people think it's, look at this dollar, it says Sadie. What was I saying? But I forgot what I was just saying because of that dollar bill saying Sadie. But anyway, so not for real. I just forget what I was saying. Anyway, but people are probably experiencing right now, like I said, it's August 17, 2021. People right now are probably experiencing fatigue, headaches, lightheadedness / dizziness, nausea. Their stomach's probably hurting, especially females. Like right here, right in between, like where that chest bone is and where it's this open space, like right there. That's where a female is probably hurting right now. And that is because we are ascending and we are continuing to ascend. And like the whole Great Awakening map says and stuff, anybody who's not on the frequency of the earth, if they're lower, they're gonna be shed. And by shed, that means they're gonna die. So that's why it's important for people to really be taking their life serious right now, and taking their future serious, and taking what's happened presently into consideration, because presently people are trying to act like the world is going back to normal and everything is getting better, when really it's not, because COVID never stopped. The vaccines only helped for, the form that it was already doing, that was already made. People are still getting COVID that have the vaccines. They just don't feel it that much. So it's not that they're not going to get it. It's not that they're curing it. They're curing symptoms of it like they always do for us. And that is the problem. They're curing symptoms, not the problem. So that's why every time they so-called cure it and they give you medicine for stuff, you get it again. You got to go back. Something else is wrong. You got to go back. And then that's why a lot of people, like with cancer and stuff, they don't even get found out they have cancer until like stages where it's like irreversible. And it's like, well, you can go through chemo, but ultimately, like, it's still gonna kill you because it went too far along. Yet that same person had been in the hospital going back and forth to the ER for a lot of different reasons, and yet they never said, "Oh yeah, you have cancer," because the doctors are a money business, and like I said, this money is a product. It's not like not the fundamentals of life, because if the doctors weren't money businesses and weren't looking for money and stuff like that and getting paid, then the first thing that they would ever told anybody was the fact that herbs and all these wildflowers and stuff like that are really the cure to a lot of these illnesses. There will be a lot of more people, like for instance, instead of taking antibiotics for yeast infections or UTIs and stuff like that, they will be, you know, first of all, the water would be cleaner to where they wouldn't get that, because let's be honest, the water in a lot of these states is bad, and we all know, and we all should know, the water is recycled. It's not fresh water ever, like it's recycled, and that's why a lot of people get UTIs and infections and stuff like that. That's why you can't really trust it. That's why a lot of people don't even drink tap water anymore. That's why they have so many devices that filter the tap water. But also, they would be really telling people like sage your house, boil mint and all of these herbs, and like giving them like recipes to the stuff that really is gonna cure what they have. They would be telling them, okay, so you have a lot of stress in your life, so that means you need to whoop the bam, go to counseling, whoop the bam, revisit your childhood, progressive therapy, all of that kind of stuff, and release all of those emotions and heal from it, and then you'll get better. They don't tell people that. They be like, okay, oh, you have high blood pressure, here goes some medicine for high blood pressure that ultimately is going to kill you. No, you have high blood pressure because you're stressed out and you probably eat bad stuff. So first of all, change your diet, and second of all, get rid of the stress in your life. And if you feel like your stress is people who you so-called can't get you know themselves and the world, and privately though, not the world publicly or whatever, but like privately, like put it out into the universe that they made a mistake and everything is going to be okay. Because once they do that, once they repent, once they heal and stuff like that, things get 10 times better. And 10 times better isn't 100 times better and 100% better, but it damn sure is better than not better at all. So with that being said, a lot of people need to do worse, one of the very like worst times, to where you will start to actually see it out in the world. Once you see it in front of you out in the world, it's a little bit too late, because that means it's coming. That means it's here, and it's ready to purge things, and it's ready to get rid of everybody. So if you wait until you see it, that's not enough time. Because if you seeing it in your everyday life and real life in front of you and stuff, you seeing it already, and you haven't healed and you haven't done it, you're part of the things that you're seeing. That's why you are low-key seeing it, because it's happening. So, the feeling that everybody is getting that something bad is going to happen or something bad has happened or that, things aren't about to be the same in the next few years, that is true because it's not. And that is very normal because as a human race, we elevate and we, become better. So, we're supposed to become better. All right, so pause with the conspiracies and all that kind of stuff. But okay, so I just organized all of them dollars. And of course, like I said, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 is 12. And I only had 110 in the whole thing, which is so irritating because that is so unbalanced. But I knew 12, 7, and 11 are usually the dollar bills I'm always seeing. I'm not gonna lie. But let me show y'all how the money go if y'all never realized and noticed it. So I'm gonna start off with 1. And 1 is Boston, Massachusetts. If you can see it. Can you see it? Yeah, Boston. 1. And 2. And 1 is A, because it go in order with the alphabet too. So 1 is A, 2 is B, and B is New York, New York. So I'm going to show y'all. New York, New York. This B. 3 is C. And C is Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Boom, boom. 4 is Cleveland, Ohio, D. 5 is E. E is Richmond, Virginia. Virginia. 6 is F. F is Atlanta, Georgia. 7, which like I said, 7 is literally the one I always see. 7 and 11 is the ones I see the most, and then 12 is the third most. But 7 is first, and then 11. So 7 is G, and G is, of course, what y'all think it is, the most popular place, Chicago, Illinois. And ain't nobody finna argue with me that Chicago is not the most popular state in the United States, because it is. Everybody knows that state. 7, 8. 8 is H, and it is St. Louis, Missouri. Nine is I, and that is Minneapolis, Minnesota. And then, like I said, I only have 110, and 10 is J, which is Kansas City, Missouri. How come they have two Missouris, first of all? St. Louis, Missouri, and Kansas City, Missouri? Let me make sure. No, yeah, St. Louis, Missouri. Yeah. Why they got two Missouris? But yeah, 10, J, Missouri. Kansas City. 11 is K, and that is Dallas, Texas. Dallas. And then last but not least, of course, is 12, and 12 is L. And L is San Francisco, California. Now, out of all states, I would have thought they would have put at least like 2 Californias, not 2 Missouris. But yeah, so 12 is California. So, boom. And of course, if y'all don't know, so if y'all didn't pay attention in history class, The person who was on the $1 bill is George Washington. Boom, George Washington. Hold on, let me see. I think I got it. I know I got a 20. I think I got a 5. I should put all my ones together. Even though I'm gonna just keep it how it is. I think 20s is Franklin, right? Oh no, I'm lying. 20s is Jackson. The five have C3 on it, so A, B, C. So that's the same like the 3 with the C. So I guess the 5 technically have it. But whatever. Anyway. Did I even show y'all? But yeah, so this one is 8HH8, which is, I don't know, let me see. 8 is St. Louis, Missouri. So this is St. Louis. Whenever I say Louis, I just think about, I think it was a TikTok. I'm trying to file for the baby because he couldn't do nothing. This is B12. I mean B2. Look, we in bingo now. B2. Oh no, it wouldn't be. Yeah, it would. It would be B2. And that is New York, New York. So this one is New York, New York. And then L12 again, which is San Francisco. And then, like I was saying about C3, I ain't even show y'all, but the $5 bill have C3 on it, which we just said was, I think, St. Louis? No, let me stop. It is, oh no, we didn't even say that one. It's Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So this $5 bill is Pennsylvania. In the front, so Lincoln is on the $5 bill, and on the back is the Lincoln Memorial of the $5 bill. The Lincoln Memorial. And I remember they said if you look closely, Georgia, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Maryland, Carolina, Hampshire, Virginia, and New York. Yeah. And on the back of the $20 bill, this is the one when it says, low key, it was like, oh, if you look closely, it's there hanging a black person. It's a crowd of people right there. Which when people point out stuff like that, it is easier for you to like look at it and so apparently the bushes, because that's what it really is. That's what the picture shows. Is the bushes in front of the White House, which I think they was like, oh, it's no bushes like that in front of the White House or whatever. Those are people, a crowd. And then the lamp that's hanging from the pillars of this supposedly a black man standing in a thing getting hung or something like that. Which, when you look at it, the way that people explained it, it does look like that. But at first, it didn't look like that. Um, but yeah, I don't got no $10 bills. I just gave my only $10 bill away when I went out to eat already, because I just came back from going out to eat after I got off the train. But yeah, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So I got $205 right here. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. When I just got this 100 out, the ones, because I wanted to organize some money. And again, I didn't even tell y'all. So I organized the money like this because it helps me keep processing the fact that it's a product and stuff like that. And, you know, a human created it. Someone just like me. And how history goes, probably was somebody just like me created this. And, you know, then the world adopted it. And it runs on it now. Even though, of course, y'all know how Bitcoin acting. Even though, I don't know, when I see Bitcoin, I don't really get the whole, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't understand. I understand it, but I don't understand it. So, like, I'm not into it, to be honest. But who knows what's gonna happen in the future? Yeah. This how the people be at the strip clubs. They be having they ones thinking that they balling throwing money, and they literally only had $100 throwing ones at the strippers, just $100 throughout the whole strip club, but came in there acting like they was balling. I ain't never been inside the strip club, but I'm just saying. And then those people who be having the $100 bill at the bottom of the stack, the $100 bills at the front of the stack, and be holding it like they balling, like boom, 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 make you want to think they got a lot. Even though when you really like know money and stuff like that, you can always tell when they do that because the money is different colors, like it's different color tints in the money. And even with the $100 bills, like it's blue hundreds and old hundreds, so you could tell the difference, of course, between those two, but still the old hundreds is still a different color from 20s and a different color from 1s, 10s, and 5s. 10s are way more yellow. 20s are a little bit bluish green, like green. I'm going to say green. 5s are more pinkish. 1s are like a pale green, like pale yellowish. Not yellow, but like just really pale. And then, of course, the blue hundreds is blue. And the $50 bills look a little red to me. Like they're more red. But yeah, alright. So if y'all don't know what Great Awakening map I'm talking about, I'm talking about the Great Awakening map that was going around, especially on TikTok, during the 2020 shutdown. And it made perfect sense. It was finding water and like living stabilities on a different planet, which was Mars. It was talking about Saturn. It was talking about the planets mostly, but it was talking about the one world order. It was talking about COVID. It was talking about literally everything. 2400, 2500, 2600, 2700, 29. I mean 2800, 2900, 3000, 3100, 3200. You get the gist, right? So it's like that. And I ain't gonna lie, that's why I got the one. So when I went to this, I was like, I just want to deposit on my bank account. She was like, okay, out your check is your saving. I was like, checking. And she was like, okay, how much? I was like, just 100. She was like, okay. So she know, like, literally every time I get money on my thing, I be like, I want all 20s. No matter how much I'm getting out, no matter how much, I'll be like 20s. I want it mostly 20s. So, and usually I'm like OCD, so usually I get an even number to where like it's literally all 20s. So she was like, here you go. She gave me the 5 20s or whatever, and I was like, oh no, this time can I get it in all ones? She was like, all ones? And then she looked at me like, and I was like, yeah. Of course she didn't ask me like why I wanted it on all ones, because I don't think they're like supposed to do that. But she, like, I could tell in her voice, she was like, I wonder why she's getting it in all ones this time. But yeah, that's because I wanted to do what that guy was talking about on his YouTube. And plus I want to organize it too, because that's fun. I gotta go to work tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie to all the people out there who are like me. And the first quarantine, like when we was really on lockdown, shutdown, and we didn't have to go nowhere, we had to stay in the house, we had to stay away from people, I loved it so much. I did not have no problem being in the house doing nothing. Well, I was doing stuff, I was meditating, I was, getting my life together. It was the best thing for my mental health. Like if we wouldn't have had COVID, I probably wouldn't be the person I am right now, because I probably would really be down the gutter. Like I probably would have did so much messed up stuff with my life, because I was really going down like the wrong path, because I was depressed and stuff. But COVID really, being on lockdown really did something to my mental health, and it's like the best thing that ever happened to me, and I'm so glad that it happened. I'm so sorry for all of the people who lost people during COVID and because of COVID and stuff, and they died. I'm so sorry about that. Condolences and everything. But for me personally, I'm very glad that coronavirus happened. I'm very glad that we was on lockdown, shut down, whatever you want to call it, quarantine, because it was the best thing that could have ever happened for me in my life, and I'm very thankful for it. So this part 2, I just hope when it happens, because like I said, I believe it's gonna happen. When it happens, it's not like, I just want it to be as satisfying, as helpful as the last one was, because like I said, it was perfect for getting my mental health in check. It was perfect for helping me get out of depression. It was very perfect for helping me get my life on track. And whatever is meant to be will always be, and there's no time limit on what people deserve truly. So I'm not rushing nothing. Y'all shouldn't be rushing nothing. And as long as you doing what you supposed to be doing, and as long as you done did your part, you shouldn't be scared about what the future might hold. And when it happened, don't be scared either, because you should know, if you've been doing it right, that everything's going to be okay in the end. And with that being said, I'm going to go, because I'm low-key really tired. So I'm going to see y'all later.